Welcome to my first video explaining chemical calculations. The first video I'm going to explain to you is about the handout of 6.2 calculations from equations using the mole. The first assignment is using mass ratio. This is explained in our unit 5.3 as method 1. However, we do not want you to use this method as it causes problems in the upper grades. So we are going to put a cross through this one, and my pen is not working. Away with that one. A cross through this one. The first problem I'm going to explain to you is B. As said, we're going to use method 2, mole ratio. The problem reads, use the number of moles shown in the equation below to answer the question that follow. What do we read here? Here we have the reaction equation. This is step 1 of the calculation procedure. Then, in this question, the MR values are given. That is step 2. Remember, these MR values are given in grams per mole. It doesn't matter if you write mole, MOL, which is the Dutch way, it's also what you see internationally, or as the proper English word goes, mole with an E. The first question, how many moles of carbon monoxide, here we go, here's carbon monoxide, react with 1 mole of diiodine pentaoxide, so I2O5. That's here. Now, here we use the mole ratio, and we use the numbers in the chemical equation to calculate. So here there's nothing, that means it's 1, and here there is 5. So the question is, how many moles of CO react with 1 mole of I2O5? That's easy. We just use the mole ratio that is given, which is 1 to 5. So the answer here is 5 moles of CO. The second question reads, how many moles of CO2, so here we've got CO2, are formed from 1 mole of CO, which we already had over here. Now, the mole ratio of CO to CO2 equals 5 to 5. If we then have only 1 mole of CO, then that equals that we've only got 1 mole of CO2. That's how a ratio works. It's a proportion. In Dutch we say verhouding. The third question. How many, and I'm going to change pen so it's clearer what I'm writing. How many moles of iodine, here we've got iodine, are formed from using 10 moles of carbon monoxide? So the mole ratio of carbon monoxide to iodine equals 5 to 1. We always go back to our chemical equation. But we don't have 5 moles of carbon monoxide. We are given 10 moles of carbon monoxide. So 5 to 1 is the same as 10 to 2. So the answer is 2 moles and of iodine. we can also use a ratio table, een verhoudingstabel, to write this out. And in maths, you've learned to do that as follows. So you can make a table. I write my substances. I write down the ratio. And I write down the same information as I've done there. And also here you then find that you actually see it, but you can also calculate it. And this is called cross multiplication, kruislingsvermenigvuldigen, that I go 1 times 10 divided by 5 equals 2. So my answer equals 2 moles. We're going to stop for a moment because we are interrupted here. So we have done now questions 1, 2, and 3 of question B of handout 6.2.